Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're playing some more Paradigm Paradox. It's been a while. I will admit that. It's been a little while. So I am not going to be reading all of the voice lines. And in fact, I will let them talk and I will just read the main character's voice lines because it's killing my voice. But if someone does want me to read all the voice lines, I will. Just comment and let me know. But if no one comments, I'm just going to do it this way because it's much easier on my voice. All right, and let's continue. It is a little loud, but I turned it down. Yeah, I turned it down. It's good. Options. You gotta do this properly. It'll make life easier. Oh wow, it does get real loud. Turn it all the way up. Turn everything up. Yeah, that's good. Ow. Okay. All right, so let's. Yes, please save. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Where were you? That's cute. Okay, so I guess it's been. Oh, okay. Yes. When lunchtime rolled around, I went to the student store as usual, and then out to the courtyard. Oh, Kamui's here, and he's surrounded by a bunch of girls. Again, they're pretty rowdy, aren't they? I couldn't hear what they were talking about, but I could see Kamui smiling broadly and nodding at whatever they were saying. Kamui looks a bit tired. He's not coughing, but I'm sure he's feeling fatigued from casting Foresight so much. Actually, isn't Cinna's broadcast soon? He should probably be getting to the he should probably be getting to the command center. He might be looking he might have been looking for a right opportunity to extract himself, so decided to lead a helping hand. I don't know what it is about this game that I just can't read.
今日ああどうしようかな
ついでに私たちの買い物にも付き合ってよまさか今日も都合が悪いなんて言わないよね
これでも俺意外と忙しくて
Excuse me for interrupting.
あれ
Kamui, Mr. Komori was looking for you. I approached the group and Kamui turned to me with a confused look.
まさきちゃんがな
Mazuki, I wonder what's up. I think he said something about being on duty.
ありがとうすぐ行くよみんなごめんまた今度ね
That's cute. Kamui stood up nervously and took off toward the Kin lab.
大丈夫かなカムイ
I wonder if Kamui's okay. One of the girls mumbled that after he left. She sounded genuinely worried, and I found myself sticking around.
ああお昼全然食べてなかったよね午後の授業で絶対お腹鳴るよ
Their session with him was weird, but it is sweet to know that they actually do care about his well-being a little bit. This is so loud. Okay. Maybe that's a little too much. There you go.
それもそうなんだけどさ、最近疲れてるみたいで忘れっぽいんだよね。デートの約束してもすっぽかされちゃうし。それはさ、遠回しに拒否られたんじゃないの？っていうか、抜け駆け禁止って言ったじゃん。
Huh. Kamui said he was fine, but he might be more fatigued than he thinks. Probably. He's overusing his power. My worry was such that I decided to wait in the chem lab prep room until Senna's broadcast finished. Hello. The room was completely silent. I don't know if Kamui's in the command center. I'll just wait here then. Right as I was about to sit down, I sensed someone's presence. I looked up and saw... Oh, he looks really tired. Kamui? Neither Mr. Komura nor Rio was around. Kamui was just sitting by himself in a chair, looking dazed. Maybe he's resting from casting Foresight, but it seems like a chill ran down my spine. Something felt off about Kamui, so I rushed over to him. Oh. Well, I think I'm gonna guess it's "Are you okay?" I'm pretty sure I did all the right all the right answers on the first playthrough I did. Yeah. Kamui, are you okay? I put my hand on his shoulder and I looked closely at his face. He looked back at me, but his eyes weren't focusing on anything. Kamui. I called out to him again, pleading. Then a glimmer of light returned to his eyes. Oh, my bad. Yeah, you're more than just out of it, buddy. Yeah, I'd say so. What happened? Broadcasting doesn't make you look like you're fucking dying. Kamui tried to brush it off, but his face was pale. It was obvious he was overdoing it. You look pretty tired to me. Maybe the broadcast is too much for you. As Kamui declared that, he gave me a soft yet fragile smile. I couldn't help but thinking it resembled a flower bud falling off its stem. We're corny as hell. You're as stubborn as an ox, you know that? Anyone can see that you're exhausted, yet you refuse to admit it. I was dead serious, but Kamui just burst out laughing. This is no laughing matter. Okay, so then... Sure. That doesn't make any sense, nor is it a valid reason to keep doing this to yourself. Kamui's smile was so innocent. I found I couldn't say much in response. Okay, so I've established that no one is forcing him to do this. It's all of his own accord. minus the people who told him to do this. But I still thought he was taking a terrible risk and almost felt like he could vanish at any second. Kamui. In the next moment, I said exactly what was on my mind. Is there anything I can do to help? A look of astonishment passed over his face, but then Kamui stood up from his chair with a grin. Huh. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Kamui looked to me for approval, but I was flabbergasted. As a member of the Blooms, of course I want to protect everyone at Theta. But what Kamui's suggestion is just self-sacrifice. I don't want to think about it, but if he continues overusing his abilities... I actually wanted to help you, Kamui, more than Senna. Yeah, buddy. Oh boy, I just said something weird, didn't I? I know you and Senna are the same person. How can I explain? It's more of a question of feeling. I'm sorry. I know I just said something weird. I was going to ask him to forget it, but before I could, Kamui started laughing again. Kamui excitedly bent down and moved his lips right next to my ear. Alright, buddy, you're doing a lot. Well, it seems like Kamui's back to his usual self. I felt relieved, but didn't want him to gain the upper hand, so I decided to go on the offensive. You can count on me. Cough drops, candy, you name it. Okay, I'm really saying weird stuff now, but I don't care as long as it cheers Kamui up. He looks a little disgusted, okay. And I'll keep my word. For some reason, Kamui got a kick out of what I said and doubled over with laughter. Is that the kind of response he wanted, or does he like my bold approach? Yeah, I guess I don't. It didn't even cross my mind. I nodded solemnly, and Kamui laughed again. I didn't think I said anything funny, but if I was able to make Kamui smile, that's fine by me. That's a good thing, right? Alright. That was cute. From that day on, it became my routine to go to the chem lab prep room and bring Kamui food after the broadcast finished. At first, I brought green tea and cough drops as he requested. Okay, he's so fucking arrogant. Huh, yeah, what a deal. There's not much to learn about me, though.
君が好きなものってまだサンドイッチしか知らないんだよね。ここで俺と一緒にお昼食べながら君のこともっと教えて。
Okay, buddy. I'm trying to get to know our character. I was pleased to hear that Kamui wants to get to know me like I want to know him, so I quickly agreed. From then on, we ate lunch together in the prep room, chatting the entire time. Oh, I just hurt my arm. I managed to snag the last roast cutlet sandwich. It sells out especially fast on days they give out extra portions. I wonder if Kamui got one too. I pushed open the door to the prep room with excitement and heard Kamui talking.
はいはい、それさっきも聞いたから。え、わかってるよ。そろそろ俺もそっちに行こうと思ってたところでさ。
He's talking to someone on the phone. I was about to turn around and leave until Kamui noticed the open door, and waved me over. Is it really okay for me to be here?
どうぞどうぞ、現地取ってくださいな。急に言われても。わかったわかった。ダメ元で聞いてみるから。はいはい。そろそろ通話切るよ。昼飯食べる時間なくなっちゃうからさ。
I tried not to eavesdrop, but I could tell whoever Kamui was talking to was someone close to him. Although what he said was a bit harsh, his tone was much gentler than usual.
わかった。そっちも元気で。八つ橋ばっか食べてないで、野菜も食べなよ。
It sounded like he's talking to a child.
あのね、
Sorry. Oh, I guess it skipped the dialogue. Come on, you want them to find something wrong when you go for a checkup again? Yeah, talk to you later. Kamui hung up and let out a huge sigh.
相変わらず話なんだ。立たせっぱなしにしてごめんね。こっちに座ってお昼にしよう。
Sorry for interrupting your phone call.
気にしないで。大丈夫。相手はじいちゃんだから。
Oh? Your grandfather?
ところで君、週末って空いてる？
I am, but...
本当？
Really?
ラッキー。じ
Oh,
ゃあ、
I'm gonna start reading it again, my bad. You want me to visit your grandfather?
父方の祖父なんだけど、何かっていうと友達を連れてこいってうるさいんだよね。
He's my dad's dad. I know what a fucking grandfather is.
ここんとこ顔を見せに行けてなかったから、業を煮やして電話してきたみたい。
Kamui shrugged like it was no big deal, but I could tell from the expression that deep down he was truly happy. He must really love his grandfather. I wonder what kind of person he is. I tried to imagine what he might be like, but I couldn't. It was tough to picture stuff like that when I didn't have any grandparents of my own.
君さえ嫌じゃなければどうかな。
It really be okay for me to go?
もちろんだよ。じいちゃんのことだから可愛い子が来たって喜ぶと思うし。休みの日もセナの放送はあるから、お昼と夕方の放送の間になるけどいい？
Sure, I'm looking forward to it.
でも楽しい。
Kamui nodded happily as if he were savoring the moment, which I guess was because he'd be seeing his grandfather for the first time in a while. When the weekend arrived, Kamui and I decided to stop by the mall and pick up some gifts for his grandfather. Castella, cream puffs, yokon. Your grandfather must really love sweets.
そうなんだよ。もっぱら和菓子派かな。洋菓子は口に合わんとかいうタイプでね。でも俺は知っている。俺が手土産に買っ トケーキを冷蔵庫に入れておくと、その日の夜にはじいちゃんの胃袋に収まっていることを。
That's cute. Kamui suddenly started talking like he was telling a ghost story, making me shiver involuntarily. So, what you're saying is your grandfather really likes whipped cream. Kamui nodded gravely, but then flashes me a broad grin.
本人は隠したがってるみたいなんだけどね。渋いイメージを保ちたいとか言ってたかな。かっこつけなんだよ、じいちゃん。いやー、それにしても君、実は何気にノリがいいよね。
Do I? I guess because the way you talk is so fun.
照れた顔もいいな。こんな可愛い子と一緒に歩けるなんて、俺今優越感すっごいもん。
Like, you walk with cute girls all the time, buddy. When in actuality, Kamui's the one grabbing all the attention every time he walks by a woman. There are two women from earlier who kept turning around and saying, "Do you see that guy? He's so cute."
ん？俺の顔、何かついてる？
Nope, totally clear. Anyway, you think you got enough?
ああ、うん。さすがにこれだけ持っていけば、じいちゃんに独り占めされないと思うんだよね。
Alright then. Let's take these gifts and...
ちょっと待った。最後に雑貨屋さんも覗いていこうよ。
Which one?
カステラを買ったお店の隣にあったでしょ。何か欲しいものがあったんじゃない？
Huh? How did you know?
ショップの前を通るときに足が遅くなったし、キラキラした目でドア越しに中を見てたなーって。俺はチラッと見ただけだけど、金魚鉢みたいなグラスとか可愛かったよね。
He saw me. That's so embarrassing. He noticed my interest and knew exactly what I've been looking at.
また一つ、君が好きなもの発見。ああいう雑貨、小物が好きなんだね。
Yeah, I do. I'd often go with Liz and... I tried to explain, but my throat started to burn and my words got stuck. Tears pricked the back of my eye, so I immediately looked down at the ground. I'm sorry, I think some dust got my eye. It was an obvious ruse, but Kamui didn't say anything. I had to look back up. But my vision blurred again. It looked like my body wasn't going to listen to me.
悲しくてやるせないことってさ、少し落ち着いた頃ににじみ出てきたりするんだよね。あれって何なんだろうな。
I felt his big warm hand touch my shoulder, as a gentle voice consoled me.
無理に話そうとしなくていいよ。
You don't... Oh, well, yeah.
誰かに吐き出したいなら別だけど、そういう時ちゃんと話せる人はいる？ご家族。
I don't. I don't have any family. I haven't since I was little. I didn't plan on telling Kamui any of this. I knew it would worry him, but I found that once the dam broke loose, I couldn't stop. I have a guardian who I call Uncle Yashima. He's the only one I could consider family. But he lives far away. We only communicate via email. I've never met him in person. He refused to send me any pictures of himself. He says he's too embarrassed, and he says he doesn't like the phone. I attempted to smile to try and say I knew it was surprising, but my face twitched, more from my expression to something strange.
ごめん。俺、無神経だったね。
Not really, it's fine. Oh, no, don't apologize. I shouldn't have bothered you. But you're just so easy to talk to.
本当？光栄だな。
We can cut the sad music, though. That's depressing. Kamui.
ねえ、俺でよければ聞かせて。ここは少しうるさいから場所を変えよっか。
Sure. Kamui and I made our way to the residential district. and the hustle and bustle of the mall instantly vanished.
俺もね、両親がいないんだ。
Really? I looked up at Kamui in surprise. He gave me a sad smile as our eyes met.
唯一の肉親がじいちゃんなんだ。関海高等学園に合格して学生寮に入るまではずっと二人で暮らしてた。だから寂しいって思ったことはなかったかな。今もなんだかんだ会いに帰ってるしね。
I had Liz, so I didn't feel lonely when I entered the academy either. My voice shook. Though I was trying to keep my emotions at bay, Kamui probably noticed, but he just smiled gently at me and nodded.
君にとってリーゼちゃんは大切。
She was actually kind of like you in some ways.
そうなんだ。どんなところ？
She liked to make others smile. She always tried to make me happy.
友達思いの素敵な子だね。
Very much so, but though she was my best friend, I wasn't even able to celebrate her birthday. In the end, I wasn't even able to save her. I try to rally and move on so that I can fulfill my duty with the blooms, but sometimes it feels like I can't even stand up. I couldn't protect Liz. She's gone because of me. So why am I still here? Why do I get to smile and be happy? I think about that all the time. I never told anyone else this because it would seem like I wanted pity. So I buried it deep in my heart and lied to myself to get by until today. But then it feels like I'm using Liz as an excuse, and that caused me to freeze up even more. When I said that, I realized I'd come to a standstill without even knowing it. Liz's shadow was no longer walking beside me. But when I turned around, I saw Kamui's shadow facing me.
俺とリーゼちゃんが似てるなら、きっと彼女も君には笑っていてほしいって願ってると思うよ。
Fury welled up inside me for a brief moment. Why? You wouldn't know anything about that. I knew I was just taking my anger out on Kamui, but I couldn't stop myself. You never met Liz, so don't talk like you know her.
わかるよ。
There's no hesitation in Kamui's voice.
確かに俺はリーゼちゃんと親しくなかったし、彼女のこともよく知らないけど。
Then...
でもね、君の親友だから。だから、わかるよ。君がリーゼちゃんのことを思うように、彼女も君のことを思ってた。そんな子が君の不幸を望むかな。
That's not.
おかえりってまた何か悩んでる？眉間にシワが寄ってるよ。
What do I... Nothing's bothering me though.
だとしてもそんな顔になっちゃうなら街に遊びに行こうよ。楽しいことすれば笑顔になれるでしょ。
As I sift through my memories, I saw how Liz always worried about me and tried to brighten my day. I'm sorry,
謝らないで。君は謝るようなことしてないんだから。ね。それよりね、前から気になってたけど、君は自分に我慢させすぎ。
Kamui gently flicked my forehead. I stared at him, startled at his unexpected turn of events. He just looked down at me with a slight frown.
思うところがあるなら、もっと小出しに。筋肉と一緒で使わないと衰えていくから、そのうち心から笑ったり怒ったりできなくなるよ。わかった？ 返事は
Yeah. Though I was overwhelmed, Kamui's face broke out into a smile when he saw me agree.
まあ全部じいちゃんの受け売りなんだけど
He sounded like a wonderful person.
普段はただの頑固な甘党だけどねまあでもじいちゃん人を喜ばせるのも好きなんだよねそれこそ俺の数倍は君が来たら格好の餌食だね
Target?
じいちゃんのことだからあの手この手で君の笑顔を見ようと躍起になるはず微力ながら俺も応援するよ
Whose side are you on?
じいちゃんに決まってるじゃない俺も君の笑顔が見たいもん
Kamui, you're so...
何俺がどうかした
Never mind, I was just thinking that you keep saying things girls would like to hear.
えそうかな俺は思ったことを言っただけなんだけどでも君に喜んでもらえたならよかった
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're so unnecessarily optimistic.
そんなに褒められると照れちゃうなほらじいちゃんの家までもう少しだよ
Kamui walked ahead in high spirits, as if he might start humming a jaunty tune any minute. I felt a bit dizzy as they followed him, so he wants to see me smile. Liz, I think I love you.
私も大好きだよ
I'll always love you. I mumbled that to myself while looking up at the sky. I didn't hear any response, but I felt a cool breeze caress my cheek. That's so sad.
じいちゃんただいま
Change outfit. Hello? My nerves jittered as I followed Kamui into the house. The person who greeted us was so spry, it didn't seem like right to call him an old man. They look very different, but they have the same eyes color, in a way.
やっと来たか。ちっとも顔を見せないで。向こうで悪さしとったんじゃないだろうな。
じいちゃんいきなり説教は勘弁してよ大体何悪さって心当たりないんだけど
ハムイ情けない子出すんじゃない。わしが何も知らないと思ってるのか。この間小テストで赤点を取っただろう。
なんで知ってんのあいや
学園から連絡が来とったぞ。どうせまた女の子と遊び歩いていたんだろう。中学の頃は勉強一筋だったのにな。
ガキ勉時代の話はやめてそれに今だって成績は中の中だから赤点はほんとたまたまあの時だけだって
Grampa knows he's a playboy. The rapid-fire exchange stunned me into confusion. Kamui is so relaxed around his family. It looks like they're having so much fun.
おお、なるほどなるほど。女の子と遊び歩いていたのは否定しないわけか。
Casanova.
ま
Crazy.
誰に似たんだか。
I peeked out from behind Kamui and immediately met his grandfather's eyes. I jumped a bit and hurriedly bowed.
カムイ、お前の後ろにいる子は？
もっと早く気づこうよ俺の友達だよ高梨ちゃん
Yes, pleased to meet you. I'm Luna Takanashi. Kamui's been a good friend to me.
おお、可愛らしいだけじゃなく、しっかりしたお嬢さんじゃないか。
Oh.
カムイ、でかしたぞ。はじめまして、カムイの祖父の善治です。よく来てくれたね。
Kamui's grandfather seemed so strict earlier, but his demeanor instantly changed as he gave me a broad, warm smile.
いやー、こんな可愛い子が孫だったらな。 そうだ、せっかくだしわしのことはじいちゃんと呼んでくれないかな。
Huh? Oh, well, I was glad he said that, but I didn't know quite how to react. So I ended up just mumbling incoherently.
じいちゃん、いきなり何言ってんだよ。ほら、彼女困ってるだろ。
No, it's fine, but how about I just call you Mr. Zenji?
じいちゃん呼びもいいと思ったが、こんな可愛い子に名前で呼んでもらえるなんて、いやー嬉しいな。
Mrs. Zenji gave a hearty laugh and then turned to me with a wink. Wow, he looks just like Kamui. They're so alike. I don't know about that, but...
うわ、俺にもウィンク飛んできたんだけど。
He actually has a nose. We don't. Well, he doesn't. He got a nose, we got a triangle. He has lips, we have a triangle. It's like his face is more detailed than the characters that we play with. Kamui brushed off his shoulders as if his grandfather's wink had somehow hit him. Mrs. Zenji arched an eyebrow, preparing for a counterattack.
お前がそんなところに突っ立てるのが悪い。避けるくらいしたらどうだ。
はあ？っていうかじいちゃん、いい年して鼻の下伸ばすなよな。
そういうお前こそ、そのデレッとした締まりのない顔がどうにかならないのか。
失礼な。もともとこういう顔です。
鏡を見てこい、鏡を。おまけに相変わらずチャラチャラした格好で、お前はどこを目指しているんだ？ん？
Our character looks like a small child. Like, we look like we were 12. We really do. We look really young.
羨ましいなら素直に言えばいいのに。俺が通ってるショップ紹介しよっか。
そういうのを減らず口と言うんだ。意味はわかるか？じいちゃんが教えてやろうか。
じいちゃんこそ減らず口を叩いちゃって。いいじゃん、高校デビューならぬジジイデビューを決めちゃいなよ。
Whoa, they don't hold back. They probably can only do that because they really love each other. Kamui and Mr. Zenji's fire exchange warmed my heart. So that's what it means to be a family.
しょうもないことを。ほら見ろ、彼女も呆れて笑ってるぞ。
違うって、じいちゃんに呆れてんの。しょうもないこと言ってんのはそっちだから。だよね。遠慮しないで君からもバシッと言ってやって。
I don't think either of you are ridiculous. I was just thinking about how close you two are.
はい？ないない、仲良くないって。
よし、小遣い減らすか。
嘘嘘、待って。俺とじいちゃんはね、そらもう仲良しだよ。ご近所でも評判のじいちゃんと孫だから。
Is that right? I'm so jealous. It was fun to watch two people who totally in sync with each other.
続いては日々私たちに余地を伝えてくれているセナさんの特集をお届けします。
Mr. Zenji's TV was on, and I noticed a news program that was doing a story about Senna.
皆さん、おはようございます。朝からお昼までの余地をお伝えします。
Kamui and I fell silent for a moment. Hey, it's a feature about... Oh. Senna. Mrs. Zenji turned to the TV excitedly and watched the feature, unaware of our reaction.
この子は可愛いな。せがれの嫁に少し似ているんだよ。そう思わないか、カムイ。
No, she looks a little bit older and more gifted than we are.
そうかな。似てるといえば似てる気がしなくもなく。
Huh? Well, I guess she looks a bit like your mother. Now that I mention it. How the fuck do we know what his mom looks like?
冗談がうまいな。カムイはともかく、君は顔を知らんだろう。
Like, how will we know what he looks like? Oh, right. Look at his fucking face. He's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're gonna ruin everything. Sena's sudden appearance was enough to throw me off balance, even though she was only on screen. Luckily, Mr. Zenji just took my ramblings as a joke. I felt relieved and turned towards Kamui. Eyes locked, and he mouthed sorry. I just flashed him a bemused smile in response. I can't hear if they're actually reading that or not. I'll just read it. She's also popular with young people due to her striking looks. Let's ask around town for more opinions. The program started showing street interviews, and Mrs. Zenji watched with rapid attention. Well, rapid attention?
すごい人気っぷりだな。ファン第1号としてわしも鼻が高い。
That's our number one fan.
いやいや、どうやって1号とか決まったわけ？彼女が人気なのは確かみたいだけどさ。
Kamui smiled wryly as he teased his grandfather again, but I could tell he was secretly pleased. He obviously can't reveal Senna's true identity, but he must be happy about how much his grandfather likes Senna. I should give them some privacy since Kamui said he hadn't visited in a while. Mrs. Zenji, would you mind if I use your kitchen? I can make some tea if you like.
そうだった。じいちゃんにお土産を買ってきたんだ。カステラにシュークリーム、羊羹。どう？俺のセレクトバッチリでしょ。
Kamui handed over a bag of sweets, and Mr. Zenji unexpectedly followed. Mrs. Zenji unexpectedly frowned.
八つ橋はどうした？売り切れか？
いや、じいちゃんのことだから常備してあるだろうと思って買ってこなかったんだけど。何？もしかしてやけ食いでもした？どうせまたご近所さんで集まって将棋大会でもして前回。
何を言う？今回は決勝まで勝ち上がったぞ。勇猛果敢に攻め続け、相手を追い詰めたんだが、最後の詰めが甘くて。
Caught in it.
ちょうど茶葉も切らしていたところだ。カムイ、ちょっと行って買ってきなさい。
あからさまに話をそらしたね。
君はここに残ってわしの話し相手になってくれるかな。
そうしてあげてくれる？じいちゃん、一度言い出すと聞かないんだ。誰に似たのかな？ほんと。
He's talking about him like he's a kid.
何を言ってるんだ。お前も一度言い出したら聞かないだろうな。西原家の血だな。
Sayabara? Is it alright for Kamui to go? I wanted him to have some time with Mr. Zenji. Hesitated partway out of my chair, and Kamui placed his hand on my shoulder.
君はお客さんなんだし、座っててよ。
Kamui gently pushed me back down. Are you sure you can take care of it?
もちろん。それにほら、じいちゃんお気に入りの茶葉なんて俺じゃなきゃわからないでしょ。
Okay.
すぐに帰ってくるから、それまでじいちゃんをよろしくね。
Sure thing.
カムイ、ゆっくりでいいぞ。その間にわしがお前の恥ずかしい過去を彼女に語り聞かせておくからな。
本当にすぐ帰ってくるから、マッハで。じいちゃん、彼女に変なこと言うなよ。
Alright, see you soon. Kamui looked like he wanted to say more, but he just ran out the door. He probably figured it was best to come back as soon as possible.
まったくお使い一つで大騒ぎだ。
Mrs. Denny shrugged with a sigh, but his gentle expression was exactly what I imagined a grandfather's would be. If I had a grandfather, maybe he would be like this. Mrs. Denji and I were left in the living room. Aside from the news program, it was silent. All was silent.
わしらはお茶でも飲んで、ゆっくりカムイを待つことにしよう。
Mrs. Zenji stood up as he made the suggestion. Huh? But you said you were out of tea leaves.
ああ、切れたのは来客用の茶葉でね。だからわしが普段飲んでいるものになるんだが、それでもいいかな。
Of course.
せっかくだからカステラも切ろうか。待ってる間テレビでも見て待っててくれるかな。好きな番組に切り替えていいからね。
Oh, sure. Mr. Zenji was so effortlessly considerate that I didn't think twice about agreeing. He's very thoughtful. It's obvious that Kamui learned a lot from him growing up. Mrs. Zenji and Kamui insisted I was a guest, so I decided to accept that and wait in the living room. On the news program, they just finished the street interviews, and now the announcer was back in the studio with a commenter. It's solo. The vectors have changed their patterns and are now appearing during the day as well as night. It's a relief we have Senna, isn't it? I guess you're reading it.
しかし現在に至るまでセナさんの予知は的中率 100% を記録しており、そういった懸念を払拭した形です。とはいえ今後予知が外れるようなことがあれば、住民は無防備な状態で害獣と遭遇することになり、これまでにない被害を出すことも。
I switched off the TV, not wanting to hear any more. They didn't have to phrase it like that. Even if Senna's prediction is wrong, what happens after is not her fault. The whole program was framing her as some kind of goddess-like hero. Just what are the higher-ups trying to do with her? Whole situation put me in a dismal mood, and I looked around the room without really focusing on anything. You know, it's oddly calming here. This is where Kamui grew up, huh? There are traces of Kamui everywhere, from the marks on the doorframe that recorded his height to the various crayon drawings hung about the room. Oh, is that photo of Kamui with you as a kid? It must be. It looks exactly the same. He looks exactly the same. He also looks like he was a handful. The boy in the picture grasps a younger Mr. Zenji's arm with a big grin on his face. It's nice that they have these photos still. Zenji returned right after I spoken those words out loud. Oh, thank you. My response was slightly delayed, but Mr. Zenji didn't seem to mind as he laid out the teacups. Then I'll just do that. Then I'll do just that. The tension in my shoulders released as I laughed. I drew in a deep breath and reached for the cup. As I blew on the tea to cool it down, Mr. Zenji started chatting with me. I want to thank you for being Kamui's friend. Oh. I want to say yes, but I remembered how exhausted Kamui had been lately. I waffled over what to tell him. I'd only seen them together a short amount of time, but it was clear how much Kamui and his grandfather cared about each other. I didn't want to lie to Mr. Zenji, but I didn't want him to worry either, so I forced myself to smile. Kamui's well liked at the academy. All the students think he's good looking and he's friendly to everyone, even the upperclassmen. He's also really popular with the girls, and I always see them gathering around him in the courtyard during lunch. Tried to describe things more for Mr. Zenji, but I never said that Kamui was doing well. I wonder if Mr. Zenji finds it weird. I looked up to gauge his reaction and saw a kind expression on his face. Well?
電話した時のカムイは元気というにはわざとらしくてな、から元気というのかな、頑張りすぎてる感じがしたんだよ。
He is. You're right. So Mr. Zenji noticed. Well, of course he did. They're family. That coupled with the commentator's inconsiderate remarks on TV earlier made me feel even more ill at ease. I'm sorry for not telling you right away. I also think Kamui's been working too hard lately. No one could know about the balloon mission, not even family members. So I stayed as vague So I stayed as vague as possible when trying to explain how Kamui's been since Senna's broadcast started. Kamui has his special well. He took on his big job at the academy and has been working hard on it every day. Only a select group of students are able to do it. Kamui willingly volunteered for it because he wanted to help others. But he's obviously being overworked. The way I see it, Kamui is getting more worn out by the day. But he's just ignoring it, refusing to take care of himself. Mr. Zenji listened to me in silence and then heaved a sigh.
カムイがそうなったのはあれの生い立ちに原因があるんだ。
I started when I heard the word upbringing.
俺もね、両親がいないんだ。
Kamui revealed the fact to me before we went to his grandfather's house. He also said he never felt lonely because Mr. Zenji was always there for him.
少し昔話を聞いてもらえるかな。
Should I really listen to all this when Kamui's not here? But I do want to know more so I can help him better. I shook off my hesitation and gave Mr. Zenji a determined nod.
ありがとう。
Appreciate it. Mr. Zenji took a sip of his tea and paused for a moment. Then he slowly started talking about Kamui's past.
カムイはわしにとってたった一人の孫でね、ごくごく平凡な家庭でのびのびと育ったんだ。カムイの両親はとても仲が良く、あいつもそんな二人のことが大好きだった。ただ、カムイの母親は体が弱くてね、定期的に通院していたんだが、ある時研究機関で検査を受けることになったんだ。
The Research Institute?
それまでも大きな病院に通っていたんだが、主治医からより専門的な治療を受けるためにも詳しい検査をしてもらった方がいいと言われてね。息子もわしも大賛成してすぐに予約を取った。当時カムイは小学校に入ったばかりの年頃で、息子夫婦が検査に行く日、わしが預かったんだ。検査は1日がかりだと聞いていた。息子夫婦は2人連れ立って研究エリアに出向き、そこで不慮の事故に巻き込まれた。
They didn't even make it to the test. That's so fucking sad.
一人残されたカムイはわしが引き取り、この家で一緒に暮らすことになった。カムイは大好きな両親を失ったショックでしばらく口も聞けなかったんだが。
じいちゃん、聞いて聞いて。
おかえりカムイ。学校は楽しかったか？
うん、俺友達できたよ。
おお、そうか。よかったな。友達はなんて名前なんだ？
まだよくわかんない。
覚えきれないくらいたくさんできたのか。
勉強を教えたり係の仕事を手伝ったらみんなすっごく喜んでくれたんだ。すごいでしょ。
カムイ、それは
俺にたくさん友達ができてじいちゃんも嬉しいでしょ。
あ、そうだな。
It's not like they were just using them.
あの子の笑顔が見られて本当にほっとした。しかしその日を境にカムイは誰かを喜ばせることに執着するようになっておった。祖父のわしが言うのもなんだが、カムイは人懐っこく明るくて優しい性格で近所の人たちにも評判の人気者になった。だがその一方で特別に仲のいい友達は
I mean, yeah, I can see that, especially based on like the way he treats the girls and how they have turned to treat him. Is that because he tends to keep people at arm's length?
そうなんだ。 ある程度まで親しくなるとカムイはスーッと身を引いてしまって、それ
I did not mean to skip that.
うちで開くってこと？
ああ、この前友達の誕生日会に呼ばれただろう。今度はお前の番。
別にやらなくていいかな。俺はじいちゃんが祝ってくれたらそれで十分。
なんだ遠慮してるのか？心配しなくても当日は八つ橋じゃなくてちゃんと大きなケーキを用意してやるぞ。
そんなんじゃないよ。家まで呼んじゃうと特別っぽくなるし。それにクラスのみんなを呼ぶわけにはいかないし。いやあ、人気者はつらいな。
Oh, so he has acquaintances and no real friends. Gotcha.
みんなに平等だから
Everyone's equal to him.
特別じゃない。
That's kind of
どうや
sad.
らそういう理屈のようだった。わしが思うにカムイは愛情を注いでくれた両親を失ったことで代わりの愛情を求め続けているんだろう。だが両親と同じようにまた突然失うことが怖くて好意を寄せてくれる相手がいても何も言わずに自分から手を離してしまう。
Oh, so I can't show feelings for this nigga. Oh, glitching.
そんなことを繰り返しているうちにあいつには広く浅い付き合いだけが増えていき特別仲のいい友達はできなかった。
Mr. Zenji drank his now lukewarm tea and then rolled the cup between his palms.
カムイはわしのことをじいちゃんと呼んでこうして顔も見せに来るがあいつの両親の代わりにはなれなかった。
No, but you're still his grandpa.
何よりわしはカムイよりも先に死んでしまう。いつか一人になってしまうあいつのことが心配でたまらないんだ。
That is depressing as hell. Seeing Mr. Zenji's deep love for his grandson pulled at my heartstrings. It might not be my place to say anything as an outsider, but Mr. Zenji, you are who you are. You're not a replacement for Kamui's parents, but you're very important to him. I know it may sound like I don't know anything since I'm a stranger, but Kamui did tell me.
唯一の肉親がじいちゃんなんだ。関海高等学園に合格して学生寮に入るまではずっと二人で暮らしてた。だから寂しいって思ったことはなかったかな。今もなんだかんだ会いに帰ってるしね。
カムイがそんなことを。
I'm sure Kamui's afraid that the people he loves will suddenly vanish like his parents, and that's caused him to build an emotional wall. But he's caring toward others and is very perceptive. If he wants to find someone who will love him like his parents did, I don't think he would actually try to replace them. Mrs. Zenji's misty eyes moved to me. Did I say too much? Maybe I'd been rude briefly, worried about it, but didn't look away and held Mr. Zenji's gaze.
ありがとう。こんなことを言うと君を困らせてしまうかもしれないが、カムイが友達をこの家に連れてきたのは君が初めてなんだ。どうかこれからもあいつと仲良くしてやってほしい。そしてできることならあいつが君から遠ざかろうとした時にはその手を離さずにいてもらえないかな。頼む。この通りだ。
Mr. Zenji bowed deeply immediately after, nearly banging his head on the table. Mr. Zenji, I bolted from my seat and placed a hand on his shoulder. There's no need for that. Mr. Zenji did lift his head up, but his face was still grave and full of worry. After Mr. Zenji's explanation, I think I understand why Kamui is the way he is now. Kamui is looking for love. He wants someone who will worry about him and see him as special, yet he's terrified of losing them like his parents. But when he became a member of the Blooms, he also became a part of a mission where a lot of people depend on him. So he's got love that way. It must make him happy to hear how much everyone in the colony loves him. But I think deep down, Kamui knows the affection for from those people, aren't the same as unconditional love that Mr. Zenji has for him. That's why he's so focused on the Foresight broadcast and why he's ignoring the effect it's having on his health. Mr. Zenji. I took his hand as I said his name. I promise to be by Kamui's side. I promise you'll always stay by Kamui's side. I'll cling on through sheer willpower. Even if he tries to push me away, I'm pretty tenacious, if I do say so myself.
そりゃ頼もしいな。君も思う気づいているかもしれないが、カムイは何かとカッコつけたがる割に自分のことになると途端にヘタレになる。手もかかるやつだが、根はいい子です。カムイのことをどうかよろしくお願いします。
Don't worry, I will.
ありがとう。
Mr. Zenji and I smiled at each other and shook hands.
ちょっとじいちゃん、俺がいない間に何彼女の手を握って見つめ合ってるんだよ。
He's so funny, but no. But that's actually where we're going to end here for today. I'm going to try to keep these down to like an hour at most, just because the game is long. And I want to kind of keep the videos down a little more manageable for myself. But if anyone wants to watch any more of this, if anyone wants to watch any more of this, like the video and leave a comment. Tell me that you want to see more, and then I will continue making the series. If I don't get any real feedback, that I might just finish his whole storyline, and then I might just drop the game. But other than that, bye for now.